Welcome back to episode 2 of Noob to Final Boss, my PvM journey, where we are taking on every boss in the game, starting from the easiest and working our way up. The goal is to kill every boss 100 times and unlock the final boss achievement by the end of the series. I started with basically nothing, so we're building up from scratch, grabbing every important upgrade along the way. I wanted to get into PvM for ages, and I'm so excited to finally do this. It's gonna be an absolute blast, and hopefully you guys can pick up a few things from these videos too. If you enjoy the series, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new and want to follow along with this, and you think it would be a cool idea. Right now the game has 54 bosses, and in the last episode we took down 3 of the easiest ones. Today we are climbing further up the bossing ladder. Just like last time, I'll take you through my preparations, key takeaways, and show you my loot from the 100 kills. And I think it's gonna be enough words from me. Let's get this. So this is the setup I'm running with. Tier 60 Necromancy armor and weapons. But with level 70 Necromancy under my belt, it's time to upgrade my gear to tier 70. To do this, we first completed the Spirit of War quest to be able to pick up the upgrade task from Kili. The task requires me to gather some materials, including 5 royal chitons, a drop from none other than the Calphite Queen. So our next boss is decided. I think it's about time to get into the action. I just find out that there is an exiled Calphite Queen in the game as well, which is the second version of this boss. It's not considered to be a hard mode, but it has slightly more health and increased combat stats over her original. So the way I decided to do 100 kills at the Calphite Queen was to do 50 original and 50 of the exiled version. We've also obtained enough marks of war to buy the vampirism aura, so I'm gonna be using it. With Necromancy, this boss is super easy cause we don't have to switch combat styles. Beforehand, it must have been really annoying and tedious to do this boss since it has 2 forms and you had to bring 2 different weapons for each phase. But that's not the case anymore because KQ doesn't pray against Necromancy. What a loser. No way! A dragon chain buddy. Collection log updated. That's quite lucky at just 10 KC. Some battle stuffs too, I'll take it, more profit, always nice. Boom, level 75 Necromancy. Just one more level until we unlock a game-changing ultimate ability. This is gonna be huge. And this should be the final kill for the 50 normal ones. Yes, there we go. There isn't really an insane drop from this boss. Probably the only reason to kill the Calphite Queen is for the Necromancy armor upgrade, or if you're hunting the boss pet and achievements. If you're going for the pet, I'd recommend sticking to the regular Calphite Queen because both versions have the same drop rate for the pet. Anyway, loot-wise, they drop pretty much the same items, but the exiled Calphite Queen gives better proportions. I mainly wanted to try it out to see how much harder it is to kill. Well, it takes a little bit longer to kill this version cause it has more HP, but that's about it. This boss doesn't teach us anything, we just DPS her down. In the meantime, I've completed the medium underworld achievements for the tier 2 Grimoire. It gives slightly better bonuses in my pocket slot. Another dragon chain buddy? Cool. Whoa, a Calphite Queen head! For a second I thought it was the pet. Oh, never mind. It's just a fancy decoration for the player-owned house. Still a collection log item, so we take it. Whoa, what just happened? We got Morty. Oh my gosh, the Constitution's killing pet. Look at this little fellow, an absolute beast. Bugswather 6. Yeah, we could say that. The 4th boss is done. Awesome. Half of the GP that we made is from the rune salvages. Runes are another quarter of the GP we made. And then all the other miscellaneous items like Vines of Zamorak and stuff. We made 1.2 million GP from the regular Calphite Queen, and the exiled version made us 2 million GP. Alright, Kili's Knowledge 5 is done, which means we can finally grab the tier 70 Necromancy power gear. But there is a catch. I can upgrade my weapons right away, but making the full armor set needs 5 Hermodic plates, which is an untradeable drop from Hermod, the Spirit of War, one of the Necromancy themed bosses. So before we jump into that fight, there's one more upgrade I wanna grab that's gonna make things way easier. The Enchanted Salve Amulet. First, we completed the Haunted Mine quest to get the regular Salve Amulet. Then we took on the Layer of Tarn Razor mini quest to upgrade it. It was basically some parkour followed by a boss fight. After taking down Tarn, we grabbed his diary from the next room, used it on the Salve Amulet and boom, it was enchanted. This powerful item gives 20% additional damage and accuracy across all combat styles against undead monsters. And guess what? Hermod qualifies. So yeah, he's gotta be sweating bullets right about now. Let's get to work. That was awesome, pretty cool fight. Hermod is probably the first boss I enjoyed from these low level ones. It's easy but he has some mechanics and it will teach you a couple of things in this fight. In one of his mechanics, he slams his sword down, which deals a big damage and disables your overhead prayers. To get away from this, you just have to simply move out of the way. Alright, I'm starting to have a hand on the melee slam finally. I messed this up a couple of times in the early fights. It taught me a bit about positioning and awareness. This mechanic is a good way to practice watching out for a special attack and then dealing with it while you're in the middle of using abilities and stuff. His second special attack is when he summons 2 armored phantoms and you have to kill them before you can continue attacking and dealing damage to Hermod. This taught me to prepare myself for taking down other additional obstacles in the way before I can get back to my main target. I was using my AoE abilities like Soul Sight or Threats of Fate Incantation into Valley of Souls. Nice, we got our first plate! Animated drumsticks. These are a quest item needed to complete that old black magic quest, which we turned in right away for some Necromancy XP. Yes, we finally get all 5 plates, so we can make the full armor set. It should hopefully boost our damage by a lot. Plus the whole set gives 5% chance to apply Death Mark, which is basically an insta-kill. There we go. I reckon it's time to put this new gear to the test. Alright, let's stock up on some more super adrenaline potions, and then I'll show you what I've learned rotation wise. You can make adrenaline potions with 84 herb lore and upgrade them into super adrenaline potions at 87 herb lore. They are untradeable, so you gotta make them yourself, but they give a solid DPS boost, so they are definitely worth using. Necromancy works a bit different with Revolution compared to other skills, by the way. Necromancy is not full Revolution friendly at all, because there are some noob trap abilities that will just eat up all your adrenaline if you add them to your Revolution bar. Knowing what all abilities do is much more important with Necromancy than with the other skills, so I set my Revolution to activate the first 4 abilities and then manually use the rest with my keybinds. Before the fight starts, I summon my Conjures, command the Ghost, use my stat boosting potion and activate my protection prayer. I use basic abilities to build up adrenaline. Keep in mind that I don't have the adrenaline crystal unlocked yet. It would be much easier if I could start every fight with 100% adrenaline, but we've gotta cook with what we've got.
It's brave, let me tell you.
Once I reach 100% adrenaline, I activate Living Death and click on my adrenaline potion at the same time. Living Death strongly empowers my other abilities, and the adrenaline potion helps me build back up to 100% adrenaline faster. And then I cast Death Cools, my ultimate ability for a trackload of damage. I apply Bloat as quickly as I can when I get 20 adrenaline again, because it has a very long bleed effect. From there, I focus on building up Necrosis stacks with Touch of Death, and whenever I have 6 or 12 stacks, I use Finger of Death, and whenever I have 3 souls, I use Valley of Souls as well. I'm not sure if this is the most optimal rotation, but it seems to work really well. We did it, we crashed it, it was an insane 100 kills. I really enjoyed this boss. So this is the loot we got from the 100 kills. It's almost 4.5 million GP. The biggest profit comes from the salvages, but the mementos adds up too. That's going to be it for this video. 2 more bosses done, and we will continue reduce their numbers even more in the next episode. So yeah, thank you all for supporting this. This is gonna be hopefully a very cool series. I'm really excited to kinda see what's like the next boss, which one will be the first to make me struggle and all that stuff. You probably know that combat achievements are coming to the game very soon, which makes me even more motivated and determined to become a decent PvMer. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.